on, everybody, and welcome back to another Rosh Reviews, where today we are in an Audi, and not just any Audi. This is an RS3 5-cylinder turbo engine. Oh, and this thing sounds good. Now, just under that bonnet, we have got that absolutely epic 5-cylinder turbocharged engine. And just have a listen to this thing. It is absolutely screaming back there. And due to its unusual firing position, man, the unique sound that comes out of this exhaust, it is just addictive. The numbers: 270 kilowatts, 465 newton meters from factory, and this particular one is running some mods. So we do have a stage 2 ECU tune on this. It's got a DSG tune. We've got an intake, intercooler, bigger fuel pump, and we also are running downpipes and mid-pipes. So this thing is packing a punch now. Now, this particular car hasn't been put on the dyno, but without any mods, just this simple ECU tune in one of these will reliably put out about 300 rear wheel kilowatts. So I am estimating we are pushing somewhere around that 450 rear wheel horsepower in this thing, and easily at least 600 newton meters. So, you know, paired with that 7-speed dual clutch and Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive, this thing gets up and goes. And just coming into some of these corners here, look, Audi Quattro all-wheel drive, and this particular one does have some lowering springs in it, so it's still got that adjustable dampers in here, so you can put it into comfort mode, dynamic mode, which we are in now. Those big Audi brakes up front, which really help stop this car. And around the corner, oh, it is good. And, you know, steering's got some feel in it. The downshifts, the pops and bangs, and just pulling it around here. Oh, it's quick. And just cruising on this back road, look, this is really where you can see how this Audi RS3 got its name back in the day as kind of the supercar killer that's in a grocery getter's outfit here, because it just absolutely sends it, and it's so easy to do. Now, just in the driving position, it's really great. You know, you got plenty of visibility all around in this car. The steering wheel is really good in the hands. You got a flat bottom, some Alcantara bits on it. Seats are really comfortable. The quilted leather with RS3 embroidered in the back. And it's just typical German in here. You know, everything is simple, it's clean lines. It's just nice. Now, here in Australia, when this car came out, would have set you back about $80,000. And that is a lot of money for a hatchback. But this thing really does, as we've been proving, pack a punch. And on the used market, these things have held their value pretty good. You're still going to be paying somewhere between that 55 grand to 85 grand, depending on case and condition, for one of these RS3s. Just hearing this thing again. Wow, this DSG, man, it shifts hard and it shifts quick, and the noise out of that back, man, it's good. Now, visually, this RS3, it is a good looking hot hatch. You know, it really is. You know, you see this thing in the right sunlight out here today. This thing has got all the lines, it's got all the curves. The wheels look good, just the lip kit on this, the lowering springs, even inside, you know, you've got all the creatures of comfort you want. You know, the infotainment system, reverse camera, the boost gauge in here. It's just the little details really add up in this car, and it is a great package. And this is really the crazy thing, I guess, about this RS3 is just how easy it is to drive, because you know the 7-speed is just so smart. You just leave it in performance, do its thing. You hear those pops out the back. You got those huge brakes that you can really rely on, and it is quick. You know, coming around these corners, the steering feels pretty good. Does have the slightest amount of understeer, but once you kind of get used to the way this car moves, you can account for that. You can even hear that whistle out of the turbo up front, and oh man, yeah, this is a lot of fun. Because when you look at what this car competes with, you know, you'd think CLA 45S, you know, Golf R, cars like that, but at the end of the day, this kind of is above those cars. It's got the 5-cylinder turbo. It does make that much more power. And this thing was even quicker than like the equivalent RS5 when this came out. It was even quicker than the previous R8 when this thing came out. So like, this is like a hyper hatch. Like, it's not on the same level as a hot hatch. And this thing will blow your mind. That's the one negative I always find with Audis, is just they sometimes lack a little bit of soul, because it really does feel like you're kind of playing a computer game in this car, because it is just so simple to go blisteringly fast. You don't really have to do much in terms of changing gears and using the paddles even. You can, but this thing is going to be better than you just leaving this in sport shift. So it's not quite as emotional as some of the more raw cars you can get. But I tell you what, when you get this one, you got the modifications, you got that crazy exhaust out the back, that definitely puts a smile on your face. Now, 0 to 100, these things were claimed at a blisteringly fast 4.3 seconds from factory. We got those mods we did mention, so you know, we have a couple of people in the back of the car here, but I'm expecting this thing to be pretty damn quick. So to launch this thing, we do have launch control. Got to be in dynamic mode. ESC is off. Just leave it in sport mode. Hard on the brake. We'll reset the draggy. And let's go. Oh yeah. You can feel this thing actually start to kind of squirm around a little bit on that. And man, that felt quick. Let's have a look at that time. Now 0 to 100, 4.4 seconds, guys. So this actually matched the brand new CLA 45S we have previously reviewed. And the fact that we do have actually 4 people in this car, including myself, that is a big testament to this car's performance and the way this thing launches, because man, it is effortless and it is bloody quick. So there it is, the Audi RS3. And mate, if you want just outright performance, and this is really probably the best bang for your buck, because it is still expensive to get in one of these things, but the fact you're getting brand new CLA 45S level of performance in this thing, and it's half the price essentially, this is looking like a pretty damn good buy if you can find the right one. The level of luxury in here is still really good for 2022, and this thing just drives, as we've proven, beautifully. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you hit that like button, consider subscribing if you're new here, and we'll see you on that next video.